Hey YouTube, welcome to a review for Sony's latest piece of hardware. It's the PlayStation Vita, and I've had a significant amount of time to mess around with this cool new handheld, and I wanted to do a review of it and give you guys my impressions on it because I know a lot of you guys have been asking for it. So I did purchase my Vita on February 15th, 2012. I got it through the first edition bundle, and it came with the Vita, it came with a game, little Deviants. It also came with an exclusive case and a 4GB memory card. And I picked up a handful of games to go along with it. And ever since then, I have been playing the mess out of this PlayStation Vita. So we'll go ahead and get into the specifics as far as the hardware goes. So the Vita is an amazing piece of hardware. It's simply stunning. It's sleek. It's beautiful. It's probably the best looking handheld I've ever seen. The first thing that pops out when you lay eyes on the Vita is definitely the amazing screen. This is a 5-inch OLED screen that's just stunning. It's a work of art. It's just so beautiful. The deep black color on this handheld definitely takes advantage of the screen, just because, you know, the fact that this console, or this handheld, I'm sorry, is so dark. Once you turn the screen on, everything just pops. So the colors are really bright and they look amazing. Great real estate. I mean, it works wonders, and the touchscreen works really well as well. I mean, this is a touchscreen as well. So I think it works really well. The only problem is, of course, obviously, since it is a touchscreen, it gets smeared up really fast, but it's no problem to just like wipe it off, you know, and keep it moving. It's a great feature on this handheld. Another thing here that I quite enjoy on the Vita is the D-pad. Surprisingly, the D-pad is awesome. I had some problems with the PSP D-pad. Let me bring my PSP here for you guys. As you can see, the D-pad on the PSP kind of stinks, you know. It's not connected at all, and it's hard to get that, you know, full range of motion. But here on the Vita, you know, it's all connected, and it works really, really well. The D-pad is very comfortable, and it's great to use. Another feature the Vita has to offer are dual analog sticks, the first time ever on a handheld, and I actually like them. I mean, they're small, but I think they get the job done. They work really well. One thing that's a little awkward though is just the positioning of the right analog stick and the face buttons over here. It's a little too close, and sometimes when you're playing, you know, it seems a little awkward. It just doesn't feel right. But other than that, I mean, you get used to it, and, you know, that's the end of that. You won't really pay attention to it that much. Here we have the PlayStation button. It's basically like the home button, and it takes you in and out of the user interface and lets you, you know, pause games simply and go into the menus and do all that other type of stuff. We also have here the start and select button, which are placed kind of weird. I was hoping that they would be somewhere down here. When I want to pause a game, it's a little awkward to, you know, move my hand over and press start like that instead of having it down here. But, you know, you can't have everything you want. You also have your speakers right here. Got some stereo speakers. Down here, you have the charging port. You have a microphone jack. I'm sorry, a headphone jack. The microphone is right there. And then this is where you keep your memory card. I have mine in there so you guys can see it. Got my memory card in there. I don't know. I'm not a big fan on these different little storage areas. I don't like the fact that you have to pop things open and then pop them back in. I mean, I don't know. I just don't like that too much. On top of the handheld, again, we have some more storage stuff here that you have to pop open. This is where the actual games go. Okay, so you have to pop that open, and sometimes it's a little hard to do. At least for me it is. You know, you put your game in there and you stick it down in like that, and then you put that back on, the little cover back on. I'm not really a fan of that. I don't like that too much. Right here is a little area for probably like accessories. Kind of looks like some, you know, USB accessories can be placed in there. We have the volume right here, 2 volume buttons, you know, up and down. Got the left and right triggers, which work really, really well. Over here we have a front-facing camera, which the quality isn't amazing, but it's quite better compared to the Nintendo 3DS. You turn the handheld over, and you have your rear touch or rear back, you know, panel, touch panel. That's a little awkward to use. It definitely takes some getting used to, but I find potential in it. You know, if developers can take advantage of using the touch screen and this back touch screen, this thing could be lethal. I mean, it's pretty cool. And then you have your grips right here for, you know, when you're playing. And you also have a rear-facing camera. The PlayStation Vita is massive. This thing is big, but surprisingly, it's light. It's not as heavy as you would think it would be, considering the size of it. But it's sturdy. It feels great in your hands. It's really, really easy to get a good grip on it and play. Sometimes when you're playing a game, and let's say that game has, you know, back touchscreen capabilities or whatever, sometimes your finger can get in the way a little bit, but it definitely doesn't, you know, affect anything. It's not frustrating. I haven't found it to be frustrating yet, but it's just very easy to pick up and play. It feels really, really good. So I wanted to show you guys a little bit of the user interface on the PlayStation Vita. It's very similar to what we've already seen with the PSP and the PlayStation 3. It has a lot of similarities. But the first thing that's different with the PS Vita is the fact that the user interface is all touchscreen. And I don't really like that too much. I want to be able to use the buttons, you know, the D-pad to be able to scroll up and down this screen, but you can't. It's all touchscreen enabled. You have to use the touchscreen if you want to work your way through this user interface. And it's a little annoying at times, but you know, I'm sure after I mess around with it a lot more, I'll finally get used to it. But I don't like the fact that there isn't an option to actually change that. So as you guys can see here, you know, you have these apps here that are circular little bubbles just floating around. And some of these apps we've all seen before. But the new stuff, one cool little thing that I messed around with for a while is Welcome Park. And I strongly suggest that all of you out there, if you go and buy a Vita, definitely mess around with Welcome Park because it gets you used to the features of the PlayStation Vita. It's a little tutorial, but you play like little mini games and stuff in it. It's pretty cool. Let's see what else here. We have Nier, which is something different. It's actually pretty cool. I'm loving it. You know, I want to see where this little app goes. Nier is basically very similar to like the Nintendo 3DS Street Pass, using the maps feature that we have here, like the 3G, or I'm sorry, the GPS feature. You basically can see people that are playing a PlayStation Vita close to you, you know, however many miles away from you. It's pretty cool. You can also check up on your friends, see what they're playing, what trophies they've unlocked, what they've been doing, where they are in a certain game. It's a really cool feature, and I'd love to see more of it. Like, I want to see it a little bit more fleshed out, but for right now, it's a really cool feature. We also have trophies here. You can keep track of your trophies, check and see what trophy you unlocked and stuff like that. Very, very convenient. Photos right here. It's pretty average. You know, you're basically just, you know, taking pictures and viewing pictures through that app. You have the network operator, which really isn't anything. Let's see what else here. that's it. Now, the cool little thing is that you have extra apps, okay? And when you pop in a new game, basically it installs onto your Vita, and this is what you have. You get like little bubbles like these. So as you guys can see, as you guys can see right now, I have Luminous. Let me try to get out of that. I have Luminous. Nope, I don't want a new one. I have Luminous and Wipeout 2048 and Uncharted Golden Abyss that I've put in so far. And these are my downloaded games: Superstar, Dust Delta, and Escape Plan. And I also have Touch My Katamari. Now, this will probably be a pain in the butt once I have more games, because then I feel like I'm going to have screens and screens and screens of these apps, which could be a little annoying. I wish there was some way that you could have like file folders, maybe kind of similar to the iPad or the iPhone, where you can, you know, group different games into certain folders. Like, let's say I want an action folder and it's going to have Uncharted in it. You know, just group them by genre or alphabetical order, something like that. But right now I just don't like the unorganization of this user interface, unfortunately. I think it's pretty cool. It's very easy to use, but as time goes on, I'm sure it's going to get to be annoying to see all of, you know, these games just sitting there through screens. It's probably going to be annoying to see. So if you ask me, the PlayStation Vita is pretty awesome. I'm loving this hardware. I think it's an amazing piece of technology. I'm really hopeful for it. You know, I think that not only Sony, but other developers, third-party developers, they could actually do something amazing with the PlayStation Vita. And I think that's where the success for this handheld is going to lie, with software support. Hopefully there will be a lot of great games that come out for this handheld that take advantage of some of the unique features that this has to offer. I mean, this is a really cool piece of hardware. I can totally understand why some of you might be a little hesitant on it right now, but you know, I'm optimistic. I think that games will come out and it will be really, really good. I mean, this is the future. You know, a lot of people think the future is in the iPad or, you know, the iPhone, cell phone gaming, mobile gaming, but I still feel that there's a market for, you know, handhelds like these, and I'm pretty sure the Vita will be successful. You know, hopefully Sony has learned from their mistakes. But for right now, this thing is an amazing piece of technology. It feels really, really good. I have a few gripes with the user interface, of course. But, you know, if Sony and other developers keep pulling out, you know, these great games, it's going to be a force to be reckoned with. It's going to be awesome. So if any of you guys have any questions about some of the features that the Vita has to offer, or something that I might have left out, definitely leave a comment below and let me know. If you guys actually picked up a Vita, let me know what games you got with it, or if you're interested in it but you're on the fence, let me know. Just leave a comment below and we can talk it out. You know, this thing is going to be pretty cool. You know, it definitely has some potential. So I want to thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll check you next time.